Located just outside of Shanggao to the north is the Shanggao Orphanage. The Shanggao Orphanage sits on a large complex and shares the complex with two old folks' homes. The address of the orphanage is Yuyi Road number 11. But prior to 4 years ago, the address was Gongnan Road number 148. The orphanage has never changed or moved. They just changed the name and address of the street. The Shanggao Orphanage is located in this baby building right here. The Shanggao Orphanage has 4 baby rooms located on the first floor of the baby building. And the director and administration has their offices on the 3rd floor. The Shanggao Orphanage started international adoptions in 1994. At the same time, the foster care program started. The foster care takes care of all of the kids currently in the Shanggao Orphanage. The Shanggao International Adoption Program peaked in 2004 and now averages less than 20 adoptions per year. Currently, a child will stay in the orphanage for a week to 10 days before going to a foster family. But in some cases, they are brought over immediately. These small baby rooms were completely empty when we were there. There are a total of 11 babies in the orphanage currently, all of them with foster families. The orphanage has a staff doctor named Tu Lian, and he has his own little office where he cares for the babies when they get sick. The single most frequent finding location in Shanggao is the gate of the orphanage itself. Between 2002 and 2009, 339 children were found at the gate of the orphanage, representing 81% of all findings in Shanggao. When we discussed this phenomenon with the foster families in Shanggao, many pointed out that they had received children that were only a few hours old. Others informed us that children reportedly found at the gate of the orphanage had actually come from outside areas like Tonggu, Gaoan, and other cities. From our conversations with people in Shanggao, We have seen that some of the children reportedly found at the gate of the orphanage had in fact actually come from other areas, such as an area hospital or someone's home. The second most frequent finding location in Shanggao is the Civil Affairs Bureau, located at number 3 Renmin Road in downtown Shanggao. The Civil Affairs Bureau, with the orphanage and the area old folks' homes, comprise the 3 main branches of the Civil Affairs Administration. Not surprisingly, these 3 locations provide nearly 90% of the findings in Shanggao. The remainder of our finding locations take place in the countryside around Shanggao. After the orphanage and the Civil Affairs Bureau, the countryside towns and villages make up the rest of the finding locations in Shanggao. A common sight as one travels through the countryside of China are the local clothes washing groups that form along the rivers and streams. Partially social and partially functional, these clothing groups are comprised of villagers and women that are seeking to save a few dollars by washing their clothes by hand. One can often hear these washers before one sees them, as the whack of the drying board is heard slapping the wet clothes against the rock. About 2 kilometers outside of Shanggao, we come to our first countryside location in Jinjiang town. Our location is the Jinjiang Town Government Office. Government offices are often used as finding locations even when the child isn't actually found at the location, since many people in the area will bring a child to a government office for reporting. Thus, government offices often represent a significant percentage of findings in an area. Our next location in Jinjiang Town is the Jinjiang Town Old Folks Home. Old folks' homes represent 3% of all findings in Shanggao. In speaking with the finder, he indicated that the child we researched for was found right next to that box at the gate. Old folks' homes are no doubt chosen because they're part of the Civil Affairs Administration and because they're viewed as safe places to bring children due to the population of old elderly people. Although most of the residents of these old folks' homes come from the neighboring communities, old folks' homes also are money-generating enterprises, with many of the residents paying rent to stay here. As we move out from the center of Shanggao, we come 23 kilometers outside of Shanggao to Tianxi village. We come to a specific residence, in this case, one of the only private finding locations in Shanggao. This is the home of Mi Shangdian, the finder of our research child. He indicates that he came out early in the morning and found the child on the right side of the door. This family may have been chosen because they have 2 sons. Here is Mr. Ni's wheat thresher, or rice thresher, with his name carved there in Chinese. This family is a very simple farming family and was probably chosen by somebody who lived in the area. As one travels along the highways and roads in the countryside, you can often see farmers laying out their rice or peanuts or other grains along the side of the highway to dry. Just off the main highway, about 30 kilometers outside of Shanggao, we come to Dongbian village. Unfortunately, we don't know the exact finding location in this village, but there is little question that the village residential committee office was involved in the finding. The village government office here is one of the nicer buildings in Dongbien village. Any finding in this area would have been reported here. The isolation of Dongbien village makes it highly likely that any child found here came from the surrounding area. As you can see, some of the old Chinese architecture still survives in this remote area. With the sound of thousands of cicada bugs chirping above us overhead, we come to our next countryside location, the Tianjin Town Old Folks Home. This location has seen 6 findings between 2002 and 2005. Although the gate was rebuilt, at the time of the finding, the gate of the old folks' home extended all the way to the street. Our last countryside finding actually belongs in a different orphanage area. Tongpu Town is currently part of the Yifeng County Orphanage jurisdiction. But in 2003, Yifeng was not part of the international adoption program, so children were often transferred from Yifeng to Shanggao. Our location is the town government, located here. Again, it's hard to know whether the finding actually took place at the town government or in another area in Tongpu Town, and then having the girl simply brought to the town government for reporting. With the morning sun just breaking on Shanggao, on the 1st and 15th of every month in the Chinese calendar, hundreds and hundreds of residents go to the Julang Temple, located at the north gate of Shanggao. here to offer offerings to Buddha in an attempt to garnish favor and receive health, good luck, and blessings throughout the month. The patrons of the Julong Temple are mostly elderly women, although occasionally men are also seen. The Julong Temple in Shanggao is a great example of a remnant of ancient Chinese culture, a culture centered on Buddhism and in the area temples. Temples such as the Julong Temple are scattered all across China and are found in nearly every town and village. In many respects, these temples can be considered the heart of a community. The Shanggao foster family program began in 1994. Foster families care for almost every child coming into the Shanggao orphanage, and as a result, very few, if any, children are taken care of at the orphanage facility itself. Currently, a child will stay in an orphanage for about a week to 10 days before going to a foster family. But in many cases, the children are brought to the foster families immediately, some within hours after birth. This child, for example, came to Zhangjijiang within 3 hours after it was born. Zhangjijiang is one of the 8 foster families currently taking care of children for the Shanggao orphanage. Previously, before 2004, There were upwards of 50 foster families, all caring for children, generally 2, 3, or 4 per family at the time. Zhang Zijiang's house has 3 baby rooms. She has taken care of over 100 children in her history as working for as a foster family for the Shanggao orphanage. She is one of the oldest remaining foster families in the program. Another foster mother that also lives in this downtown area of Shanggao is Lo Yuqiang. She started working for the orphanage in 2004 and has also taken care of scores of children. She indicates that the foster families have historically been paid about 200 yuan per month for each child that they've cared for, but that last year that amount was increased to 270 yuan. Luo Yuqiang also takes care of 2, 3, or 4 children at a time. She currently has 3 children staying with her. Lu Yuqiang is here shown holding a child. Soon after the child was brought to her, the orphanage returned to her with the birth family of the child. The birth family was anxious to have a picture taken so that they could remember the child that they had brought to the orphanage. This family, according to the foster mother, came from Fangchang. This child, in red, was found at the home of a rich local family. This family called the orphanage and reported the finding. Interestingly, both children were given the gate of the orphanage as their finding location. Luo Yuqiang has also taken care of many children, as you can see from her wall of fame. She is assisted in caring by an older special needs child from the orphanage, Yang Yuqiang, and also by her daughter-in-law. All of the foster families in Shanggao live in very simple circumstances, and most care for the children as a means of supplementing their income, but also because they love kids.
现在纷纷那个拉伸，你的心纷纷就是农民好人的，一个是就是嘛那个拉印，泰国的有印保单，送给你印就来，送给你送给门，不是说的送给你送给门呢。
Although prevented by the orphanage from establishing formal contact with the adoptive families, all of the foster families indicated a desire to find out how the kids they took care of are doing.